One. In this video we will see what is inverting amplifier. So you know that the operational amplifier has two inputs, which is one is the inverting input and one more is the non-inverting input. So if you want the operational amplifier to work as an inverting amplifier, you have to give the input to the inverting terminal, okay, and the non-inverting terminal should be grounded. So you can see that plus is the non-inverting terminal and minus is the inverting terminal. So this non-inverting terminal is grounded, and for the inverting terminal you are giving an input through the input resistance R1, and the feedback should also be connected from the output to the inverting terminal every time. Okay, so first you understand that first you short the non-inverting terminal, give the feedback to the inverting input through the feedback resistor, and whenever you are giving the input with respect to an inverting terminal, you have to give it with some resistance. So this resistance is called the input resistance, and which is named as R1 in this case, and you are giving the input through that resistance to the inverting terminal, and the current through that is called IN. Your name, you can call it as I1 also, doesn't matter. And the current through the feedback resistance is IF. So this is how the inverting amplifier is connected. So we will just see what are the equations for this inverting amplifier. Okay, so here it's given that input resistance Ri of an op amp is very large. Usually it will be very large, and therefore there is no current in the inverting input. So the current through Ri and Rf, sorry, current through R1 and Rf must be equal. So if it is equal, In will be equal to If. So let us call this as equation 1. So here they have given it as 3.12, and if you substitute, so what is I is V by R, but for in this case it is, if you apply the Ohm's law, you get V in minus V1 by R1, and for here you get V1 minus V0 by Rf. Let us call this as equation 2. In this case it is 3.13. Okay, since non-inverting terminal is grounded, V2 equal to 0. Okay, so there is no voltage in that, so it's V2 equal to 0. So from previous equations you have V1 equal to V2 is approximately equal to V2 equal to 0. So if you substitute in the equation 1, you get V in by R1 is equal to minus V0 by Rf. If you substitute that in this particular equation, you get V in by R1 is equal to minus V0 by Rf, because this becomes 0 and this factor becomes 0, and you are getting this particular thing. And if you cross multiply, you get V0 is equal to minus Rf by R1 into V1. Okay, so therefore the closed loop voltage gain AF is given as V0 by Vin. So this V0 divided by Vin, if you bring it here, you get the equation as V0 by Vin is equal to minus Rf by R1. So this equation shows that the closed loop voltage gain AF of an inverting amplifier is the ratio of feedback resistance Rf to the resistance R1. The closed loop gain is independent of internal open loop gain A of the op amp. The negative sign in this equation indicates that there is a phase inversion between output and input voltage. So in the beginning itself I told you, if you give the sinusoidal input like this, there will be a phase shift, that is 180-degree phase shift. So that negative sign indicates that there is a phase shift, and the resistance seen from the source Vin is Rn is equal to Vin by In, and which is same as R1, right? And now we will see non-inverting amplifier. So the difference between inverting and non-inverting amplifier is that, so if you want the op amp to work as a inverting amplifier, you are giving the input to the inverting terminal. Similarly, if you want the op amp to work as a non-inverting amplifier, you have to give the input to the non-inverting terminal, just like this. See, the circuit remains same. Instead of giving the input at this point, you are giving directly at this point, and it is with reference to the ground. Okay, anytime there should be feedback from output to the inverting terminal with the feedback resistance, and this resistance should be connected to the ground. In this case, you are giving the input at non-inverting terminal. Okay, so let us see the equations how it works. So the closed loop voltage gain AF is equal to V0 by Vin. The gain is always output by input for any amplifier. So that is V0 by V in. Also we have V0 is equal to A into V2 minus V1. Okay, applying the KVL. Next, from this figure, V2 is equal to V in. Because this is V1 and this is V2, V2 is equal to V in. RF and R1 form a voltage divider. This RF and R1, there is a voltage divider. So therefore you have V in is equal to Vf, and that is equal to R1 divided by R1 plus RF into V0. So substituting previous two equations in the first equation, you get V0 is equal to A into V in minus R1 V0 by R1 plus RF. If you rearrange the equation, you will get V0 is equal to A into R1 plus RF into V in divided by R1 plus RF plus A R1. So you have to cross multiply and simplify this to get this. Rearrange in between this. Okay. So the open loop gain A of an op amp is very large. Therefore, A into R1 is very much larger than R1 plus RF. Therefore, R1 plus RF plus AR1 is approximately equal to AR1, because you can ignore R1 plus RF from this. This equation reduces to V0 is equal to A into R1 plus RF divided by AR1 into V in. And the closed loop voltage gain is given by AF is equal to V0 by V in, which is nothing but 1 plus RF by R1. So this closed loop voltage gain is not at all dependent on open loop voltage gain A of an op amp. The value of closed loop voltage gain AF can be set by selecting values of external resistors R1 and RF. So this is the equation for your non-inverting amplifier. Now we will also see something called as a voltage follower. So this voltage follower is a special case of non-inverting amplifier, where all the output voltage is fed back to the inverting input by a straight connection as shown. This. Okay. So there is no input resistance in this case, and there is no feedback resistance involved. Directly all the output voltage, whatever the output voltage you are getting, it's fed back to the inverting terminal. So this is called as voltage follower. So comparing this circuit with the non-inverting amplifier, we notice that RF is equal to 0. There is no feedback resistance, so RF becomes 0. R1 is infinity. That is also not there, so you don't know what it is, so it is infinity. Therefore the closed loop voltage gain AF is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So this is the equation of non-inverting amplifier, and if you substitute RF and R1, you get 0 by infinity, so which is indeterminate case. This goes off, so this will remain equal to 1. Therefore gain in case of voltage follower is always 1. Unity gain, you get unity gain for voltage follower. Therefore V0 is equal to V in this case. Since output voltage V0 has same magnitude as phase as V in, this configuration is called voltage follower.